One, two, three.
Hey! Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Amanda. I'm back with another video. Today I'm doing something so different than what I usually do. I'm like really nervous about it, but I'm excited. So if you guys can't tell, my background's super messy. I'm in the midst of like redoing my room and trying to organize everything. I get sent like a lot of packages from PR and stuff like that, so it gets to be a lot. Okay, so basically today I thought I would show you guys my current reads of April, what I'm about to read, and just my reads of what I've read so far in the month of April slash kind of the beginning of May. Like what I'm reading right now, I'm going to tell you guys. So yeah, let's get started. By the way, just a little disclaimer, I'm not like a professional book YouTuber. I'm not claiming to be this my first book YouTube video, so if I'm a little rusty, please forgive me. I'm also going to read the back of the books, and I'm going to paraphrase my own kind of like way too. I was in like a really long book, kind of like I just stopped reading for a while, and so the book to get me back into reading 100% was Watch Over Me by Mila Gray. This book is so good. Like, it's honestly like, it's deep, like it's super deep. There's so many issues and problems like with her family and stuff. It's really not just like her and the guy. So if that's like what you're looking for, like this is definitely not it. Like there's just a lot of like other stuff going on, and like the relationship is kind of always in like the back burner. Like it's not really like the main focus of the book, but it is so good. It's really slow burn, like super slow burn, which is kind of getting me like frustrated at one point. I was just like, oh my god, like, you know what I mean? But like it's so good. It's brother's best friend, also like a family friend, and it's just really good. Trigger warning, it is like there's a lot of like abuse in it and stuff like that, but besides that, it's a really good book. I really recommend it. I'll read the back. Ever since Zoe was a kid, she's been caring for her mom and her younger siblings, defending them from the violent father. She's been the strong one, the responsible one, as she sacrificed what she wants in her dreams to keep her family together. Now the life they've built for themselves in California is about to be upended. Her father, just released from prison, has discovered where they're hiding and has come for them. Enter Tristan, a devoted member of the Coast Guard. Tristan promises his best friend, who is also Zoe's Marine brother, that he will take care of Zoe and her family, protect them, watch over them, and be the rock they need in their lives. And as Tristan starts to help Zoe deal with the emotion fallout from her childhood, his role turns from protective to something more. The two grow closer as a romance blooms into a heart-pounding and powerful relationship that Zoe hopes will be strong enough to fight off the damage her father has caused her and her family. But not everyone can be kept safe for long, so when Zoe's father does show up, a confrontation ensues that will change Zoe's world forever. Yeah, sorry about my neighbor dog toy, but yeah, it's a good book. It sounds good in the back, and it's good. The whole book is good. There's so many more I want to watch, like read. There's Come Back to Me, Stay With Me, Run Away With Me. There's so many, but this one is so good. Like I was crying at the end. It's such a good book. I really recommend. This got me out of my book funk, so if you're in a book funk, I recommend reading this, and maybe it'll help you. I think I finished this in like 2 days. Like it was super easy read, really quick, but it's really good. The next book I read is After. So basically I've seen like all of the there's only 2 I think on Netflix, but I've seen the movies, and I tried reading the book before. Okay, sorry about that little change of camera kind of, but okay, After I watched both of the movies. Oh my god, my bed looks so messy. Like I am so sorry about that. I'm trying so hard to like get it out of my screen, but it's really hard. It's such a good book. It's really toxic, I will say that, so if it kind of like gets you annoyed or whatever, it is super toxic. But I read this one, and then After We Collided, I'm like halfway through that, but I had to take a break because it does kind of get boring in like the middle of After We Collided, but it's a really good book. I'll read the back. I bet all of you have either read this or watched the movie, so you kind of already know what it's about, but I will read the back. Tessa is a good girl with a sweet, reliable boyfriend back home. She's got direction, ambition, and a mother who's intent on keeping her that way. But she's barely moved into her freshman dorm when she runs into Hardin. With his tousled brown hair, cocky British accent, tattoos, and lip ring, Hardin is cute, different from what she's used to. But he's also rude to the point of cruelty. Even for all his attitude, Tessa should hate Hardin, and she does, until she finds herself alone with him in his room. Something about the dark mood grabs her, and when they kiss, it ignites within her as passion she's never known before. He calls... Oh, I messed up, oh my god. He'll call her beautiful, then insist he isn't the one for her and disappear without a word. Despite the reckless way he treats her, Tessa is compelled to dig deeper and find the real Hardin beneath all the lies. He pushes her away again and again, yet every time she pushes back, he only pushes her in deeper. Tessa already has the perfect boyfriend, so why is she trying so hard to overcome her own hurt, pride, and Hardin's prejudice about nice girls like her? Unless, could this be love? It's a really good book. I really recommend it. It's a really fun read. It is like a 600 to 700 page novel, so it's a little bigger than like the normal novel, like 300 page, but it is really good. I really like it. It's kind of slow burn, but not really. It does get annoying. There's a lot of like fighting and stuff like that, like I kind of like with the toxic I was talking about before, but it is a really good book. It keeps you hooked because there's a lot of fights, so it does keep you hooked the whole time, but it is a good book. The next book I read this month is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. This is such a good book. I read this in literally 24 hours, not even. Like, it is such a good book. The only thing that I don't like about this book, it's not even like I hate about this book that I don't like, there's literally a lawnmower. The only thing that I don't like about this book is it goes back from past to like present, and I don't really like books like that personally. It's just not my cup of tea. I like to stay more like in present, first person. I don't like third person, and I don't like past to present. I just don't like that. So there's a lot of past to present in this book, but it's done so well that I was able to like be okay with it, you know what I mean? Like usually like if I get to a point where that, I'll kind of just like, I'll get like ugh, like, and I'll just like be over it and I won't want to read it. But this, it's done, like I said, so well that it like you still want to read it, and it wasn't boring. It was like just really good. So I'll read the back of this. Lily hasn't always had it easy, but that's never stopped her from working hard for the life she wants. She's come a long way from the small town in Maine when she grew up. She graduated from college, moved to Boston, and started her own business. So when she feels a spark with a gorgeous neurosurgeon named Ryle Kincaid, everything in Lily's life suddenly seems almost too good to be true. Ryle is assertive, stubborn, maybe even a little arrogant. He's also sensitive, brilliant, and has a total soft spot for Lily, but Ryle's complete aversion to relationship is disturbing. As questions about her new relationship overwhelm her, so do thoughts of Atlas Corrigan, her first love and a link to the past she left behind. He was her kindred spirit, her protector. When Atlas suddenly reappears, everything Lily has built with Ryle is threatened. With this bold and deeply personal novel, Colleen Hoover delivers a heart-wrenching story that breaks exciting new grounds for the writer. It Ends With Us is an unforgettable table tale to love that comes at an ultimate price. So good. It's kind of like a love triangle, but not really, like a super like low-key love triangle, like not really, but in a way it is. Trigger warning, this also kind of has to do with abuse and stuff like that, so if you're not interested in that, don't read this. But this book is just done in such a good way. The last page, I was crying. This book made me cry. A lot of books don't make me cry, but this one, I was in tears because I was not expecting the ending. I think everybody kind of falls in love with their own character and who they want her to be with and stuff like that. So like, the ending is just like, it's so crazy. It's just like mind-boggling. I'm just like, what just happened? Like, I had to literally like shut, and I was like, what? Just like, I thought about it for like that whole night. Like, it's that kind of book that you just sit, like you lay in bed and you think about it, you think about it, and you think about it. So like, I love those books. Like, I love those books that make you think. So I would 100% recommend this book a million times over to anyone who has not read this. So now we're kind of getting into the books that I'm going to be reading soon and the book that I'm currently reading. So the book that I'm currently reading is The Crush by Penelope Ward. I'm just gonna paraphrase this because like it's just my current read, so I don't know, I could just speak on it a little more. Like I know what it's about because I'm reading it. So basically it's about this girl who, what is her name? Oh, Farah. It's about Farah who is living with her brother. Her parents passed away and they were murdered. So basically the brother's best friend also lives there to help pay the bills because it's really hard to like make ends meet. And his name is Chase, and Chase starts falling in love with Farah. Farah starts falling in love with him. But like the brother is super protective over Farah, so there's a lot of like tension. They're trying to keep it be like under wraps, but it's really hard. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like they're trying to make it work, but obviously it's really hard. I'm like almost done with the book. I'm definitely finishing tonight, so I'll let you guys know how it is. But I'm excited. It's a really good book so far, so I really recommend reading this. So far so good. I like it. The only thing that I don't like about this book is it goes from like storytelling to like first person, which is kind of like a weird, like it's not third person, but it's like, oh, last week she came here, he came here. I don't really like that. I like being in the moment and being like, oh, this happened and this happened, whereas like not like I have to hear about it, like I want to be in it, you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that I rather like that I would change about this book, but other than that it's a really good book so far. I'm so excited to see what happens. And I have 2 more books that are on my reading list this month. Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I'm so excited to read this. Oh my god, I'm so excited to read this book. This book looks amazing. I'll read the end because I'll read the back because it literally gives me chills every time I read it. It's not exactly love at first sight for Tate Collins when she meets the tormented and secretive Miles Archer. They wouldn't even go so far as consider themselves friends. The only thing Tate and Miles have in common is a mutual physical attraction that can't be denied. Once their desires are out in the open, they realize they might have stumbled on a perfect no-strings-attached relationship. He isn't looking for love and she doesn't have time for it, so that just leaves the sex. What they've got could be surprisingly satisfying as long as Tate can stick to the 2 rules Miles has for her. Never ask about the past and don't ask for the future. They think they can handle it, but everything is different when real emotions start to change the equation. Hearts get infiltrated, promises get broken, rules get shattered, and love gets ugly. Like, you cannot tell me that does not sound so good. So I'm gonna read this next after The Crush, and I cannot wait because, like I said, Colleen Hoover, such a good freaking writer. She's amazing. I want to read all of her books, so I'm really excited to read this. Then the next book that is the Hunted series, Temptation by Ivy Smoke. I'm so excited to read this. This sounds so good. This is like, I don't know, I actually bought this on Amazon. I was like looking for a book to read and I don't know, I was like, this looks good. I'll read the back of it. Shy student Penny Taylor always follows the rules. At least that's how it appears to her classmates, but she has one illicit secret. She's fallen hard for the professor and she's pretty sure he's fallen for her too. Everyone loves Professor Hunter. He's tall, dark, and handsome, and completely unobtainable. But it's the secrets hiding behind his deep brown eyes that allures Penny. Secrets darker than she could ever imagine. James Hunter gave up his billion-dollar lifestyle in New York City last year to become a professor. The easiest rule now to follow, don't fraternize with the students. It's easy to follow because he's become quite recluse in his new town. The only way he knows how to keep his secrets buried. Oh my god, I literally cannot talk in any of these books without like messing up once. But he's never expected to be teaching such a beautiful student. He has to resist her. He needs to walk away. Penny deserves better than a man with his demons. But she's daring him to cross the line, and he's never been one to resist temptation. That sounds crazy, guys. That sounds crazy. So these 2 books are on my to be read. Also, I really want to finish the After series. I have all of them, so I really want to finish them at some point also. But series are just sticky, like they're hard because I feel like I love reading different stories and I get kind of bored of the same like storyline, I guess. So yeah, once I like stop reading all of these, then I'll read. I'm not gonna let myself get any more books until I'm finished reading the ones that I have, because I always get more books and then like I want to read those over the ones that I have. So I promised myself I'm not gonna buy any more books until I finished the ones that I have now. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me guys know if you like this book content. I know I love making it because I'm always reading new books and I love talking about them. So if you guys are interested in like books of the month and just different different kinds of books, like I guess, like I don't know, like tell me what you guys like. Tell me your favorite book in the comments. Follow me on Instagram. I post a lot on there. I always post like the book that I'm currently reading on my Instagram story and stuff like that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. I love you so much.